Hi all, this is my video number 7. In this video I'll talk data input and output. Right, so to use this we need the STD IO, as I gave the example in my previous Google Meets. We use printf, scanf, getchar, and putchar. So printf, as I explained, is to ask the C compiler to print the outputs. Scanf for reading the data from keyboard. Getchar and putchar, this is for character, and this is to print the character, single character. For the format, so we use this specification when we want to type, for example, a character. We use percentage %C for integer, %D for double, %E. This is for exponential formats. This is for decimal formats. %F, and this is for string like you have more than one character, like name, anything, people, right? And P is for pointer. This we're going to see in a little bit later, I think, to the end of the semester. For the example, so you can see for printf, you have this is for integer, for character, for float or real number. So if you want to put this value or this figure into those integer, character, and floats, see what happened here. We have 25 m, because here written m here because we use a character as a specifiers. All right, and then the floats 3.1 is written to 3.1.000. So we have 6 decimal places. Altogether is 8. You can count that. So, and if you put a space here, you can see we have a space, about 1 bar space. So we also have a space in the outputs. Okay, and then this is for the escape sequence. What is the escape sequence? For example, you have seen stroke n in my example program. So means we write in the new line for the next outputs. All right, and then this /0 is null character to terminate the character string, and many more here. You have T for horizontal tab, and double backslash, double R, and so on. I think you can just use this percentage F A, and this is to print the so that you can see the double quotes and so on, percentage as well. Okay, the example program, you can see here for D as a character, so we use that specifiers C and then written here. So what the value here? So this, the character is D, the value of D is Y, so the output becomes, the character is Y. Okay, this is for input formats for scanf. So the syntax is given like in between those quote. All right, we have control string, and what variable involved with ampersand in front. Okay, ampersand in front. So example, you can see here, we scanf %D sum. So now whatever the when we run out your program, you compile and run the program. So it's written, please enter an integer value, then the cursor will wait there until you put in the value for sum. All right, and then this is to print, and letter, you can whatever letter you can put in here. Letter, you can assign the value for letter here, since here we don't sign any value for letter, so you can sign the letter there. This is the explanation of those as I explained earlier. Then for the another example here, okay, so print, type in number 1 with /n, and then the cursor waits you until you give the value for number 1. You can see number 1 is integer, so scan, the specifier is D. Alright, and we have ampersand and number, and then you enter the number 2 and then print number 1 and number 2, so you got whatever value there. Okay, and this 5.2f means you write in the given 5 space with 2 decimal places like this. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 2 decimal places. So this is your decimal places. All right, this is your point there. Okay, so the simple output you can see here. So we have 5 instead of we enter the value number 2, 7.2, so it come up as 27.2 because we only need 2 decimal places, so you can have 0.20 there. Okay. So another example, this is a common error that you can see. Normally student will do this, sometimes without the semicolon also give you error. Here you have D, and there's a 2.2, 22, 33. So you have 3 specifiers, but only 2 input. Okay, and what about this? This is, you have 2 specifiers, but 3 inputs. For the floats, 1 to 3.56. So print the data here X. Here this is D stand for integer, so the output will 1 to 4. I think the output will give you 1 to 4. It give you error. It's not come up as what we want. This is another error maybe. So you can see scan F, integer, D. So you have 2 integer. Here you have 3, so that's wrong. Okay, you're supposed to have another one here. And printf, DD, you have 2, whereas here you have 3, value M and 0. Okay, I think that's all for this chapter. As a summary, is written in at the end of your notes. I think you can read all those summaries. Every C program requires a main function with that brackets. Execution of a function begin at the opening brace. Okay, so means after main you need to write those, open up those curly brackets and end up with another curly bracket. C program are written in the lowercase letter. Every program statement must end with a semicolon. Okay, all variable must be declared for the types include header file using include, as you can see in the example. Include standard IO, includes math.h, include standard lib.h, right? Compiler devices such as define and include do not end with semicolon. Okay, that's at the beginning. You can see the when we type the program, you can see, for example, this one here. Yeah, so we don't have a semicolon here, we don't have semicolon here, but inside those braces, we need all the semicolon. All right, so with that, I stop here for this video number 7, and this is the end of chapter 1. In the next chapter, we are going to do if statement and more say more useful C statement that you are going to use. Yeah, so for now, thank you.